To the NFC. Start out with Tampa Bay playing against the Los Angeles Rams. One of the fun parts about doing this 3 days later is you can really kind of sift through and kind of know what your main point is about what went wrong, what went right for both sides. So when we look at the Todd Bowles defense for the Buccaneers against the Sean McVay offense, what mistakes did the Buccaneers make that really got exploited?
I think, things that jump out to me right off the bat. Rams offensive line played one of the best games of the year. This Bucs D line, they're healthy, and you're going, well, Rams protection has been iffy. They played great physically. One, just the way they held their ground. Two, they were all over all the Todd Bowles blitzes and stuff. It's like they knew it was coming. It's like they were they had a coach to helmet communication. Like, oh, Bowles is calling this defense? Okay, great. We'll do this, and we'll run these routes, and boom. They were all over some of the schematical blitzes. My problem with Todd Bowles, I think, in this game, just to go specifically to that, again, this is one of the great defensive minds in the sport, but I've said this about him before. Too aggressive. Too much respect to the Rams' run game. You got the best run defense in football. Why are you playing the let's overload the box? I'm so scared that we can't stop an average running offense in football with my great run defense. Yeah. Let alone they have weapons that we're compromised in coverage. Why are we doing that? To me, that especially jumped out to me where I just went, man, I just can't believe some of these looks. The Bucs, all the people at the line of scrimmage, like they're playing the 49ers or some great running football team. Yeah. I didn't get that. I thought they compromised themselves a little bit being that aggressive and from that standpoint.
A lot of soft corners, too. I mean,
definitely.
I always hate saying that they were easy because I know it's not easy. Right. But, I mean, they gave him a lot of looks that weren't like super difficult by NFL standards.
I think it ties together. Because we're talking the same language. They're playing some of these looks and off coverage because they got 7 and 8 guys in the box. So they're going, wait, I have no safety help here. Yeah. Or I got one safety in the middle of the field. But damn, this is a lot of area I got to cover this guy. I can't bump Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham Jr. all game long. Right. So I think that played into it and played off of it. Where why the extra guys in the box? Now your corners do have to play off. And yeah, they got rolling and had answers, and they gave the Rams confidence early, and Stafford's playing great. Yeah. He's playing great, and they carved him up.
I think of all the quarterbacks playing right now, and there aren't too many left, if you look at the end of the regular season compared to what they've done in the postseason, like he's the one, and they're all – you can point to all 4 of them and say that they're playing well. But I think Stafford has elevated his game from the end of the regular season, that little pocket he was in to throw
100%.
You look at where he was early January to where he is now, it's a pretty big gap.
Huge gap. I mean, how many times during the month of December did I go, the Rams got it all working? Except, right.
He was throwing picks.
The run game's working. Yeah. The offense looks good. The defense is playing great. The special teams, just like we saw in that game too. Yeah. It's great. It's just, can we trust him? And he's turned it around.
I think he's 75%. I think he's over 10 yards per attempt. Just like some wow.
Seeing the field perfect. Yeah. Throwing the ball. I mean, he's got to be healthier than what he was. And I know he was banged up for a long part of the season. Throwing the ball, I mean, perfectly. High degree difficulty of throws for the most part. I mean, it's no picks. Yeah. I mean, really, maybe one dicey decision in this whole game against Tampa Bay. Yeah. And, the one thing I do notice, too, is I feel like he shortened his motion a little. I do. Or he can get a little, like, he's got such a great arm and hand, and he can just kind of let it fly and flow like a Mahomes at time, where, I was watching him warm up in both playoff games because, it's long pregame shows and stuff. And I'm going, damn, he's like really being conscious of not letting it go all over the place. The game, of course, is going to go a little more over the place. But, man, he's on fire right now. McVay's on fire. And, yeah, I didn't understand that approach by the Bucs D.
Yeah. I know we're going to see a pass play to Cooper Kupp. I want to highlight, just to point it out, just because I know you nerd out on this stuff the same way I do. His last pass against that blitz, 50 yards downfield on the money. I mean, of all the awesome passes this weekend, I mean, maybe that's at the top of the list.
It's towards the top, for sure. There's a lot of things here. I don't know why the Bucs are playing this defense, which I don't understand. Is the first thing I want to say. Yeah. Secondly, you're right. It's one of the best passes of the weekend. And I was going to say something else, too. But either way, the play, the control of the football, the knowing of where to go with it. even there on this play, I heard like Bruce Arians, and I talked about this a little, like where he talked about like, well, one of our guys didn't blitz. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
First off, one guy that was supposed to be blocked was already coming free, so he saw him coming at him, and he had another guy free.
Yeah.
He was on his back foot ready to throw that ball regardless. It didn't matter if Levante David blitzed or not. But this is a little bit like the Titans-Bengals game, but even maybe to a different degree, where I told you, like, if you didn't tell me the score and I was just watching the game, I'd go, the Titans are winning, right, by 10 or so or something like that. This is one of those games where if you didn't tell me the score or you didn't show me the turnovers, I'd go, so the Rams are up by 4 touchdowns, right? They're up by 30?
Yeah.
They're killing them on both sides of the ball.
And they were for a while.
They were killing them.
Yeah.
I've never seen a 3-point game where one team kicked the shit out of the other team so badly.
No.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to a play here.
Okay, I think this is the Buccaneers not paying enough attention to Cooper Kupp.
It's all of it. It's here. It's the first or second
it's
drive of the game.
Hard to believe those words come out of my mouth.
Well, no Cooper Kupp, and then what are we doing? We're playing the Rams like this is the greatest run team in the history of football. Like 8 guys at the line of scrimmage? What the is the point of paying Vita Vea and Sue and Barrett? And if you're not going to put a little pressure, on these guys as far as what they do there. But yes, here we go. All right, so now you're committed. Oh, we're going to stop the run. We're going to stop the run. All right, well, there we go. Great. You stop the run. Look at Cooper Kupp on the left.
Free release.
Nobody touching him. And now he's got the whole middle of the field with a safety who's really playing zone coverage. This is a 3-deep zone. And they got all the space in the world. Look at Matthew Stafford right now. He's just going, holy shit, is this real? Is he really this f***ing open? Oh, my gosh. Boom. I mean, these are some of the looks they got on early on in the game where I would have took the other approach. I would have gone, I'm going to play cover 2 and stop it. And I want to see if Akers and Sony Michel and everybody, maybe we're outnumbered in the box, but I want to see you can actually run it against our group. Right. I would have gone the other way around.
Because the one thing, even though there's tweaks for everybody on both sides of the ball in the playoffs, one thing they're going to try and do is get Cooper Kupp a dozen catches.
No doubt.
That's happening.
The one thing that they're good and can really kill you with is explosive plays in the pass game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they are the whole year.
Right.
I give McVay credit. He's always patient with the run. It's the 25th ranked run offense in football. Why are we playing it like it's again, the 93 Cowboys here? Yeah. That's where I don't get that.
Defensively for the Rams,
right.
We've talked a lot about how teams, some of them have to blitz, some of them don't with their D-line. I thought their D-line, no surprise, a lot of money, a lot of big names up there. D-line showed up.
D-line showed up.
Big time.
Bigger than what I would have expected. I didn't expect that.
I would say I think exceeded expectations counts.
That's fair. You talk about 2 D-lines that got stars on them. Well, the Hollywood stars showed up a lot more than the Tampa stars. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Again, they did everything we talk about when you want to disrupt Brady or any great offense. Is it 4? Is it 5? Is somebody dropping? Who is blitzing? The Rams, they pressure with 5 maybe more than most teams. Because they got 5 freaks and they just want to get you 5 guys and they believe in their ability to play zones with 1 less guy and break your team down and still have the guys in the right way. But to me, that was the key to the game. Von Miller, like you heard me say earlier, he was the best defensive player in football this weekend other than Jeffrey Simmons. He was everywhere, run game included. He dominated these tackles. But, yes, I think it's across the board where I was just shocked. It was an ass whooping from everybody. There was other healthy guys on the Bucs O-line.
Right.
Donovan Smith at left tackle, he got his ass whooped a bunch of times too. It was just, that's where I was surprised. I think I look at the game and then go, the Bucs came out running the football and got away from it way too quickly.
Should have done it more.
Right. They had a clear advantage, but they got down 10-0 and they panicked and they stopped running it. And it took away a big part of their offense and got them in a game where the Rams were like, wait, can we sign up for you're going to throw the ball 50 times? Because that's what we're built for.
Right.
They played right into their hands that way. So I thought they panicked a little early that way. And within the early pressure, as we talked about, and we're going to talk about another quarterback in the next game, it made Brady jumpy. He gets flinchy and starts bobbing his head and, and, oh, wait, first read, he's not open. Let me just get the ball to the check down. Yeah. There was some of that going on.
His body, like his it changes after the first guy's not there.
No doubt. No doubt. In a game like this, too, where he did not feel comfortable, he was definitely jumpy, and there was definitely a few plays where I go, well, the protection's not bad here. You could get to read 2 or 3, but he had been hit a few plays before that or pressured the last 2 or 3 times he dropped back, to then he goes, well, I don't know if I got the time. Let me just get it out.
Yeah.
And that's what the Rams do to you. They f up the internal clock of a quarterback, and they definitely did that on Sunday.
We've talked so much about each one of these defenses that we've addressed so far.
Yeah.
How much man did they play? How much zone did they play? What should the mix be? Man against zone, what did the Rams do?
They played more man, I felt, in this game than I've seen them play, which I wasn't sure how they were going to approach that, but I think a little bit because they just went, wait, we're pretty good in the secondary. You know, we think our 5 can get there,
right?
Or the 4 with a little creativity can get there to where you guys don't have to cover forever. But we don't want to rush 5 and rush 4 and then just always play zone, so then Brady will pick us apart for 4 yards here, 5 yards here, 8 yards here. Oh, we looked at the 4-yard completion and hit a 10-yard and cut behind it because we squeezed on that. You know, that's to me what I thought was a little bit of the unexpected or brilliant part. I thought the Rams were going to still try to play zones and just have people dropping in the right areas, but played some man and, made Brady have to make some throws with people bearing down on them. I thought that was a cool thing they did, and I think that translates to a little bit what they're going to have to do in this one coming up, against the 49ers. Because this is a different animal. Now they got to shift from get after Brady to, wait, we got to hunker down and stop the run game of the 49ers.
Yeah.
And with these 5-man fronts, and I think a little bit of what they saw the Packers do on defense, they're going to be able to copy some of that stuff, but it's a different mindset altogether.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.